Have you seen that replay, buddy?
Alright, man, I'm done talking to you.
You can't be done talking to me. You're right here facing me.
I back. Trust me, I back.
Damon! 60 G's, baby! But I'm not impressed by your performance.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
I'm the man of the hour, Joe. Too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. I'm the women's pick. I'm the men's regret. And if you win against Chael Sonnen, you made a bad bet.
I don't have much left to say other than you have seen nothing yet.
Yes, what's happening, Fight Week Show fans, Fight Week Show people? Then we're back with another episode of a prediction show. And apologies for the lateness, people. We had some technical situations going. A fossil like me trying to work out OBS without these brothers over here, it would have been impossible. But that aside, tonight we got Cross in the house, we got Jordan in the house, and we got McDane in the house, man. How's everybody doing, man? McDane, let's start with you, brother.
I'm good, mate. After getting you through that technical glitch, we can now start rocking and rolling. Yeah, I mean, 20 minutes into when this show started, bro, the people are thinking, what is going on here? There is no punctuation with this show at all. We just rock up and fuck things up whenever we want. You know what I mean?
You know how the team's set, man. You know how the team's set. But, hey, technical issues is always going to get, man. You know what I mean? But as long as I got my peoples around me, man, they get me out of these technical jams all the while. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, McDane. Jordan, how you doing, my bro?
Good, man. Feels like it's been forever since we've been on here, but yeah, good card. 1 point behind McDane now. 1 point.
Yeah, he reminded me about that 1 point yesterday, man. He reminded me about that 1 point yesterday still, you know what I mean? Something within me wants to be so salty, and I want you to take this fucking win, bro. But because
that's not what you were saying yesterday.
But
go
because
back
of
and
the
watch the show
consistency of McDane.
Oh, you got
because
this
of the consistency.
You got this in the
because
back,
of the
bro,
consistency of McDane, you know what I mean? He's been there for a minute now, man. I respect that. I respect that, man. You know what I mean? You know what? It'll be a good battle to the end between you two, but we'll see.
Can I make a request before we start?
Yeah, go on.
I want to go after Jordan every pick tonight.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
that's not even in the realm of discussion. You've already got Leroy on your side with
you got to take your chance. You got to take your chances when they fucking present.
I'm fighting an uphill battle here. Used to feel as though Leroy was very much on my side, but I think I caught him an Australian kangaroo humper one too many times, and he sort of floated over to McDane's corner. So yeah,
I know why McDane's requesting for that, man. You know what I mean? He knows about that precious 1 point, man. That 1 point,
precious 1 point.
That 1 point be precious, man. He knows all about that precious 1 point. But Cross, how you doing, brother? You good?
Man, I'm good. I'm glad we got you all sorted out over there, and now we can get into the show. And you know, all the energy's back in the building now, so we getting ready for UFC 310 tomorrow.
Come on. Yeah, man, that's what we're talking about, man. That's what's up. Okay, without further ado, we have the card slides ready. You have Bet365 ready, Jordan, so we can start giving the people the live odds. And we're going to get right into the first hold on. Season starts. Okay, I think we got normal
season stats.
So everybody can see what's there. I'm in last place, as you can see. Will is in third place.
Wait,
Jordan
is there 2 points in it?
Oh, he's looking like 2 points.
Hey, wait a minute, what's happened here?
Yeah. Should we call Leroy into some inquiry? You know what I mean?
I don't think so. Leroy. I think that's pretty substantial.
McDane's like, I don't think so. Hey, McDane, look at the score. Look at the scoreboard now. It looks
Billy Murphy. What's happening, brother?
But I mean, it's hilarious that I literally mentioned 10 seconds ago about how Leroy's on McDane's side. We go to the next slide, and all of a sudden,
that's fake news.
This is better. I think this is the actual scoreline right here.
I think we need to go back to that other one. Yeah. This one works better to me.
Leroy gave up, meet them halfway through the event. I think that's what's happened here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, man. You know what I mean? But Leroy, big up yourself all through the season. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next season, really. Next season is gonna be the year of
You give
redemption
up already,
for
yeah.
me. Bro, I'm done and out. I'm done. I'm embracing that. No, you know what? If I can get third place just to put Will last back in the last place, I take that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be last, but I don't want to fight it too much neither. You know what I mean? But we'll see how the last two card goes before the year runs out.
Owen's running the prediction show like a presidential campaign now. He's running for 2028 already. That's gonna make the fight week show great again.
I don't want to be last, man. You know what I mean? If there's anything you learn from Trump is how to dodge them bullets. All about that. You know what I mean? Big up.
I think there's an allegation to be made here about whoever finishes last.
Oh, well, you've definitely got the ears for it anyway, bro. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yes, let's get through the card. Let's rifle through this card right now. Right, we got Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Lukasz Brzeski. Lukasz Brzeski coming in with a record of 9-5, 1 no contest. We got Kennedy coming in with a record of 13-5. Kennedy fighting out of Nigeria, and we got Lukasz Brzeski fighting out of Poland. What are the live odds on this one?
Yeah, Kennedy's a heavy favourite in this one at 2-11 with Brzeski at 4-1.
I mean, 2-11 is crazy. 2-11 is crazy, man. Where should we start? Since McDane wants
Come at me, bro.
Since McDane wants to start every time, he wants to pick every pick before Jordan. We're gonna let him pick every.
No. I meant Jord picks before me. Like you got that one twisted.
I'll tell you what. You take this
I
one.
thought you wanted to pick every pick before Jordan. No.
If that's how this is going to be.
Oh, don't put me in Leroy's favorite.
No, we're going.
No, we're gonna rotate it now. We're gonna rotate it. We're gonna rotate it as usual. We're gonna rotate it. But come on, McDane. Tell us your pick.
It's obviously going to be in Nzechukwu, in it. Yeah, I mean, like I've said it 1,000,001 times before. Lukasz Brzeski is an absolute bum, and I don't know how he's still within the promotion. I mean, out of his last 5 fights, he won one of them, and that was against fucking Walter Walker. Like, which, to be fair, I did back Walter Walker as well, and so he just somehow turned it around, and because he got chinned too, you know what I mean? But then he went down to the ground, and mate ended up just doing what he had to do to get through it, and it was just brutal. Like, I couldn't believe he actually won that fight. Kennedy, yeah, I mean, his only losses recently has been over in St. Peru, which, yeah, you could probably slag that one, and then Dustin Jacoby. But obviously, Dustin Jacoby's got some weight underneath him too. But I just feel like he's got a little bit more experience. He's got better striking, and his grappling ain't too bad either. So I think Kennedy should be able to get this one done pretty easy and straightforward.
Yeah. Jordan?
Yeah, fairly straightforward again. I think I've probably been Nigeria's best representative in terms of results on this show. Managed to get well banned from talking about them for a whole year, and was adopted as an honorary Nigerian. So I can't really give up this
You still remember that fight with Johnny Walker, wasn't it? That was with Johnny Walker, right?
Yep. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Kennedy. I think his style's very much similar to Francis Ngannou's, as in he's just going to overwhelm you with big whooping punches and break most guys. If he gets taken into the second and third round, it starts being a bit sort of more shaky for him. But I'd imagine Kennedy's good enough to just sort of overwhelm this guy and get him out there early.
Okay, Cross. What do you
I'm pretty much same way with the other guys. I mean, I think Brzeski in the first round, probably like the first 2.5 minutes of the first round, that jab's going to be there. His right hand is very straight and can land a little bit. But after that, I just see Kennedy just walking him down, just marching him down, coming forward, throwing shots. And then if they wind up in the clinch, man, Kennedy's very good in the clinch as well. So I'm going with Kennedy.
Oh.
Yeah,
sorry, try to ban someone quickly.
Everybody knows the policy around here. You know, I mean, when you're rocking that green, white, green flag, We rock with you, we stand with you, we go with you. You know what I mean? We're rocking with Kennedy Nzechukwu over here, and this should not be brushed under the carpet. This brother has come from 205, he's gone into the heavyweight division, and he's taking on all comers as you know what I mean, as he's going over there to perform. And this is another one that I think look, this is not, I don't think this is like this is like a sacrificial lamb sort of fight for Kennedy. It's actually a short notice fight.
Yeah, right. Hold the phone just before we keep going. I think these are on your account here, Cross. Like, just go and ban these dudes before they just keep spamming this crap.
Yeah, I'm in here. Let's see. And you got to do that on YouTube too, right?
McDane, I think they're talking to us.
I know, yeah.
Mods, you mods need to get active, man.
It'll be if he's got any mods set in his account or not. That'd be the only thing.
I have a few, but I don't know if they're on here. Let's see.
Yeah, I tried to go on and ban them, but I can't do it because it's not on our platform.
Chris Gray. Yeah, here comes one of them. Chris Gray. He's a mod, so he's on it.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate
start
it.
pushing a different way, Chris.
Yeah, man.
Good man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shoot them all. Shoot them all down, Chris. Shoot them all down. Every single one of them. Okay. Yeah, we you know, like we said, with Kennedy as well. Obviously, he's taking, you know, he's coming to this fight. I think Brzeski was supposed to be fighting somebody else, and Kennedy's taking on short notice as well. So we're going to be looking at him for that win. All right, this one's a full house. Let's get on to the next one on the docket. While I run the slides, Magden, if you don't mind, run the comments, please.
Yeah, man, no problem.
All right. Okay.
Yo, why is Leroy spelled his name wrong?
Leroy's in the house. Leroy.
You're real. We got Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper here. Chase Hooper. This fight is happening in the lightweight division, by the way. We got Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper. Clay Guida coming in with a record of 38-24. Chase Hooper with a record of 14-3. 1-0 contest. Both fighting out of the USA. And these two, like I said, it's happening in the lightweight division. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, night of big favourites, but Hooper's the biggest at 1-12 tonight, with Guida at 7-1.
Okay. Yeah, we stick with you, Jordan.
Yeah, tough one here, but I think I'm going to go with Chase Hooper. 42 years younger than Guida.
I thought the first underdog pick was coming out the bag on this one.
Yeah,
I think Guida got his first fight of the night when Hooper was born. A strange matchmaking, I guess, but Chase Hooper, you would imagine, just a bit too long rangy, youthful to be troubled too much by Guida. So yeah, Chase Hooper probably by submission if I was to guess.
Okay, Cross.
I'm in agreement as well. You know, like these two, they had the grappling match, and Chase Hooper ended up winning that. So Chase Hooper's really grown up in the last couple of years. Even his striking's gotten a lot better, and I think he's just becoming a legit fighter before our eyes. And I think it's just the next step. You know, the UFC does this. They feed the old to the young, and that's pretty much how they do it.
Okay. Yeah, I like Chase Hooper a lot for this as well. Chase Hooper is no longer Ben Askren's son. He's his own man, and he's dealing with things up here in the UFC. And look, ever since that boy stepped into the UFC, you just know there was going to be something about him, and he's coming into his own now. He's taking them wins. He had that loss about 3-4 fights ago. Let me see. Who did lose to? Yeah, Steve Garcia. We know how much Steve Garcia be moving, you know what I mean? So, but Chase Hooper, I see him for this win here against Clay Guida. And Guida is on his way out. He's on his way out. I think after this fight, he could see the scissors. He really could see the scissors from the UFC. But yeah, I think Chase Hooper cuts him off like an umbilical cord. What are you saying, Magdane?
Like that middle cook. Sometimes those could be tough, you know. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta snip twice to get those things out of there. Like I'm telling you, bro. I mean,
The game was there 20 minutes true.
Yeah, I was there 3 weeks ago, brother. That's not always a clean cut. Like I'll tell you that. But yeah, big up to Clay Guida, man. I mean, 42 years old, still in the game. Like dude's had one hell of a career, absolute legend of the sport. So shout out to Big Quay. But Chase Hooper's taking this one all day, son. As Lane said, anyone like the chase by sub? Yeah, I think a lot of people probably like the chase by sub. But at the same time, Chase has been throwing them hands. You know what I mean? He's got that shit locked in the bag as of late as well, especially when we seen him in that last fight. Bro was throwing them. So he can take it any way that he wants. But Guida's always a dog. He's always a dog. So I'm looking forward to this fight.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a very interesting fight. All right, let's get on to the next one. We got Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. Max Griffin coming in with a record of 20-10. Chiesa coming in with a record of 17-7. This fight is happening in the welterweight division, people. And both of these are fighting out of the USA. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, Chiesa slight favourite at 4-5 with Max Griffin at even money.
Okay. Cross, we head over to you on this one, brother. What do you got for us?
Like Max Griffin here. I think the takedown defense is going to be good enough. We all know that Michael Chiesa doesn't want to be on the feet. He's pretty much a fish out of water on the feet. And I think Max Griffin is going to just piece Chiesa up on the feet big time. And I like Max Griffin big time.
Interesting. This is going to be my first underdog. I'm going to be going for Chiesa here. I think the grappling is
the favorite. Chiesa's the favorite.
Okay, Chiesa's the favorite.
These were even money until today as well.
Oh, sin. Okay. Yeah, I'm still going to stick with Chiesa here. I think he's going to go grappling heavy on this guy, man, and he's going to just look to maul him. You know what I mean? Just take him down, go grappling heavy on him every single round, tire him out, get him out of there. I don't know if he's going to finish him. I'm not going to say get him out of there, but I think he's just going to dominate them rounds there. With look, if it catches Chiesa in the first round with one of them heavy punches that Griffin does have, and we know he does have them, it could be a bad night for Chiesa. But if you can avoid that first round and just try to secure his entries when he goes in for the takedown and level changes, I think he'll be successful here, man. And I know Chiesa is very, very seasoned in those situations. So yeah, I'm going to be going with Chiesa. What about you, Magdalene?
So this is kind of one that when I seen it was even money, I was like, it could really go either way. Like, yeah, Chiesa's got the grappling side of it. Max Griffin has got probably slightly more power, but still standing on the feet. It's just kind of like, still a bit back and forth. Like, it's not as clear cut as what you'd like to just go, boom, I can make this pick. So on this one, I can see George is on the edge of his seat of whether I was going to make my first underdog pick. And I did consider it, but I think I'm going to stick with Chiesa.
What do you mean you think? Either are or you aren't? Make your pick.
No.
There is no time for maybes today.
I'm going with Chiesa on this one.
That's a clever word. That's a clever wording you used there back then. Just try to see what Jordan's saying first.
I might.
Stuff.
Yeah, well, I've never said that. I don't change my picks.
Hey. Don't you believe anything I say? You know, I don't even believe what I say more time. You know what I mean? Like I always say, don't follow me because you go to hell. You know what I mean? Trust me. Don't do what I do. There you go.
Always mascot told this year.
Right. What are you saying, Jordan?
So I think I would take my first underdog of the night.
Hey,
I'm almost tentative to give my reasons in case I talk some down.
Hey, don't forget the 1 point margin, you know, Matt.
We're saying that Chiesa's last win was only against Tony Ferguson, and before that it was a mad losing streak, you know. So I might go for the underdog.
Don't start battling your own head now, Jordan. Don't start battling your own head.
Some mental war games going on there.
See, if I'm making my choice right now, and I look beside me, and Ola's standing on the same side as me. I'm getting nervous. Yeah, that's like sort of the whole Captain of the Titanic type thing going on. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Max Griffin. This is really two guys at the tail end of their career. Max Griffin seems to be posting every other day on LinkedIn about research he's doing into mushrooms, and Chiesa's very inactive. And when he has been active, Tony Ferguson isn't really a win that you can count at the moment. I think he's pretty much a non-entity. Yeah, Chiesa, I think he's looked a bit fragile in a lot of his recent performances. So I'm going to take Max Griffin to probably finish him.
Okay. Right, let's go on to the next one. We got Cody Durden. Cody Durden versus Joshua Van. This fight is happening in the flyweight division, people. Cody Durden with a record of 17-6, 1-0 contest, and we got Joshua Van with a record of 11-2. Cody Durden fighting out of the USA, and we got Joshua Van fighting out of Myanmar. That's where that flag's from. You know what I mean? We'll rock with it. But big up yourself, Joshua
so
Van.
proud of yourself there, Will. Dropping geography stats.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had to double back on that one there. But my pick here now. My pick here, I'm going to be going.
Tommy Fury is a shit house.
Oh boy, mate, don't even start me on that one. But yeah, I'm going to be going with Joshua Van here. I think he's definitely got the stamina, the engine to really go over there and give Cody Durden a really, really good fight. But for underdog, I think is the dog, right? Joshua Van is underdog.
No, bro. You're like, what are you been?
Is there any point in me fucking reading these things?
I know, yeah. Right, are you listening? Are you looking?
No. I am.
I made my picks on Monday and I've not looked again since.
Yeah, I am listening, right? But I'm gonna say something real techie right now. It's real techie, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Yeah, Cross don't have that problem to even try and be listening to Jordan. You live in Scotland, right? I need subtitles.
Don't start talking to me about accents and
yes.
It has not been an issue all year. Not been an issue all year.
I've been here longer than you. It's never been an issue.
Don't run to the brother. Don't run to the brother and start trying to get some man in your corner. You know what I mean? I see what you're doing.
Am I allowed to file a workplace harassment suit yet? What's going on?
I know, yeah. Right. This is discrimination at its finest, blaming the man's accent and his geographical
location.
There's
nothing discrimination about it. It's just techie blood. You know what I mean?
Hey, Ola, I feel you, brother. I feel you.
I see how that went. Hey, big up to making the walk. Jax is in the house. And he's become a YouTube member of the Fight Read Show.
Big up the bro, man. Salute. Okay, but we're still going with Joshua Van anyways, man. Damn it. What about you, Magdane? Enough about
bro. You better start counting your underdogs tonight, son. You get to the end of this and you ain't got 3. You are out of there. We've only got 2 shows left. There ain't no mercy on this one.
I'm in last place anyways.
Shit. I'm taking my first underdog on this one, boys. Cody Durden to get it done. That's what I'm saying. Joshua Van, yeah, he's been looking great. He's got the hands, but Cody Durden's got that experience, and everybody loves a good dog. And this man has got it in him to get it done.
Picks as just
Mr. Change your pick. You ain't picking no change. You know what I mean? Cody Durden, first underdog of the night for Durden reasons. Yeah, you know I mean, Jord, go.
Yeah, speak English.
I cannot believe you just said that to me. Somebody clip that. I've got like 4 free African jokes next year without any rebuttal.
I'm fucking with you. Come on. Let's go, Jordan.
Boom.
So I'll speak very slowly for the benefit of all.
Speaking slower doesn't fucking help them understand when you ain't speaking English, brother. Yeah, I mean, speak the English. I'm
glad somebody else said it. I was thinking it. I ain't gonna lie.
Send you back to that country you can't drink water in.
Huh?
I'll send you back to that country you can't drink water in.
Huh?
England.
Oh God.
That's our Scottish water. You should be fucking paying for that. Back in the glass.
Oh my goodness.
The only thing that I got is Scottish widows, man. I mean, that's on my pension, bruv. That's on my
straight off the Oakle Hills. Yeah, I mean,
That's
5 miles that way,
bro.
straight into my
Scottish widows
taps.
over here. Come on. What are you saying? What are you saying, Jordan?
So I'm taking my second underdog of the night, getting this out the way real quick.
Hey.
Joshua Van, he has looked good, but I don't think Cody Durden's looked bad enough to justify avoiding him here. I think he's fought really good competition. He's been caught a few times. But yeah, Joshua Van got caught off of Charles Johnson, who's been a 50-50 fighter at best most of the time. So yeah, taking Cody Durden for my second underdog.
Whoa, did you just call energy 50-50?
So let's have right there.
This man just called energy 50-50.
What's his record?
Energies.
Is he like 4-0 this year though?
Yeah,
something like that.
Like,
This
brother's
year.
been on an absolute tear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was 1-3 in 2023. So
Yeah, that doesn't count.
why did that year not happen?
No, we're in the we're almost in 2025. We're almost in 2025. Are you bringing up old shit? Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, remind him. Why are you bringing up old shit, man?
you're only as
Something that
good
happened
as
a
your
minute
last
ago.
fight.
That's
This is
old
what they
shit.
say, brother. You're only as good as your
His
last
last fight was
You
a
know what I mean?
decision with Sumadarji. It's hardly like the fucking world.
Winning's winning.
That win column,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
All right, so you're sticking with Joshua Van.
What?
No,
Listen, I'm gonna send Leroy my picks and go to bed because what's the fucking point?
all I heard was okay there.
All right.
I may as well be fucking beatboxing for all the good this is doing me.
I told you, bro.
I didn't even get a pick.
Nah, Cross doesn't even get a pick. They're always on a
didn't
mad
get a
run
pick.
tonight, you know.
Alzheimer is not one real
Hold
football
on, it's
tonight.
just
Start
it's
the
just
show
not
20
your
minutes
day,
late.
brother. It's just not your
Yeah,
day.
man.
But
from that technical glitch there, man, it fucked me up. But we're here. Let's go, Cross.
Man, thanks.
yeah,
Fight
so
tonight.
so in this fight for me, I think this is gonna be a really good fight, guys. I think both guys gonna land. Joshua Van doesn't really move a whole lot, and he's gonna be right there in front of Cody Durden. I'm with you guys both on Cody Durden having the experience and probably implement some grappling, but I think Van's just gonna catch him at some point, and he's definitely got some legit power at 125, and I'm going with Joshua Van.
Okay.
I don't know who made this profile at Ola Hill, but that is absolutely phenomenal. He almost looks like Sadiq Youssef with an afro.
I can't see this profile pic that they're talking about.
That's because your laptop's from 1987.
No. This is a new thing, blood. This is some what's it say? ThinkPad, Lenovo thing. You know what I mean? Joe Rogan said this shit. This is all right.
Man's come up stream, doesn't know how to use it, but he's got one.
I don't know how to use it. Yeah, you got me on that one there, man. You got me. I don't know how to use it. I'm way older than this laptop. Way older than this laptop. You know what I mean? Serious. Right. Okay. Let's go on to the next one on the docket. Mr. Weidman. Chris Weidman fighting Eryk Anders. This fight is happening in the catchweight. It's a catchweight bout, but supposed to be happening in the middleweight division. They're fighting at 195 pounds. Chris Weidman coming in with a record of 16-7. Eryk Anders with a record of 16-8. Very identical records. Both of them fighting out of the USA. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan? I'm listening.
Dead even 10-11, both sides. No underdog, no favorite. Haha.
Did you just laugh?
He did, yeah. So it really doesn't matter who you're picking this one because there's no underdog and there's no favorite.
I know this was one of those underdogs. Whoever it was.
God. All right. Magdane.
No, it's not me.
Yeah.
How many fights have we gone through?
Yeah, I went with Joshua 4. It's you. We've been around
Is
the
it
table.
me? We're back to me already. God,
We're back to you already, bro.
Bro, right, so catch weight. And who was it? Chris Weidman misses weight. on a catchweight fight, or was it Anders?
It doesn't even matter. No favorites. No,
I know,
nothing,
yeah.
bro.
Like
Just-
what?
It still matters.
Still got to
It's
give
not
the
a point.
people a little bit of info. I mean, both of them got very similar records, 16-7, 16-8. But Weidman, bro, like that Bruno Silva fight, the eye pokes and all the rest of the dodgy shit. And the last time I was looking at this, yeah, boy has got that little bit more power, I think, and obviously 3 years on him. So I'm gonna back Eryk Anders. Why not?
Yeah, man. Jordan?
Yeah, I don't like that pick. Don't like it at all. I was gonna pick him.
You still can.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Eryk Anders. I've done myself too much damage trying to mess around
Yeah,
in the past with these
I know.
kind of
I think
things.
that's the thing. We try and play against each other, and it's too late in the season. You just got to go with your gut and stick with what you think, and hope for the best. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the best way to describe Chris Weidman at this point is a bit broken, ain't it? Like, he's been broke a few times, and he's never been put together quite properly again. Clearly, always has trouble making weight. He always looks sunken in. I think USADA's really messed up his plans. So, yeah, I'd say Eryk Anders is bigger, more athletic, more power. Chris Weidman, almost certainly the better grappler, but does he have the strength to get Eryk Anders down? I don't think he does at this point. So, yeah, Eryk Anders, probably by knockout, unfortunately.
Cross, quick question for you there, brother. What's with the shades indoors? You think you're T-Ferg?
No, not at all, brother. I don't try to be anybody other than me. And then the first time I did them, they were such a hit. Y'all loved them so much. I just had to stick with it, you know.
Yeah,
How's that for an answer, Austin Berries? Is that suitable enough?
Yeah, man. We requested it, and he's riding with it, man. We respect it.
Making the walk. Jax is asking, does Weidman retire with a loss?
Yes, he do. Yes, he do. But I'm gonna let Cross go first before I put the final in the coffin for Weidman. Please, Cross.
So with me in this fight, I'm going with Eryk Anders. Kind of a he went to the same school I went to, so I gotta rock with him. And then on top of it, you know, Weidman's definitely slowed down, and they're both coming to the end of the career. And you know, like we all love Chris Weidman, but Father Time's undefeated.
Okay. Were you a few years ahead of him, or was he?
Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of Eryk.
No, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a full house. Eryk Anders for me. I think with that Bruno Silva fight that you made a reference to earlier on, McDane. I mean, we've seen the decline of Bruno Silva, and it took eye pokes for Weidman to get the win on this brother. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't think Eryk Anders even gives him them kind of chances there, man. I think Eryk Anders gets this job done, and
are we rocking with the old gloves?
Yeah, they're back in the old gloves. Yep.
Yeah, for the pay-per-view. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So we're going to see some eye pokes again then, is what you're telling me.
Pretty much.
I mean,
why Crossover's got those glasses on, just in case.
Exactly. I knew we were talking about Weidman today. You know?
That's the best defense, John Jones. Those glasses right there.
You need them Edgar Davids Edgar Davids shades there, you know what I mean?
Why did those never get brought back around into fashion?
Yeah, he's the only one that I've seen really do it though. He's the only one I really seen do that, man. That's crazy. All right, let's get on to the next one. We got Randy Rude Boy Brown versus Bryan Battle. Bryan Battle coming in with a record of 11-2. Randy Brown coming in with a record of 19-5. This fight is happening in the welterweight division. It's crucial to say that Bryan Battle missed weight, but Bryan Battle fighting out of the USA and Randy Rude Boy Brown repping Jamaica on this one. What are the live odds on this fight, please, Jordan?
Yeah, Bryan Battle's 5-11 favourite with Randy Brown 9-5 underdog. For all, I'll say that again. That's Battle's the favourite, Brown is the underdog.
I hear you loud and clear, brother. Okay, Jordan, we stick with you.
I'd rather not. So
you don't want
to work. Not particularly, no.
All right, no.
This is another one where he's like, I want to see what he's picking. If you go back to the chat, I said who I was picking earlier on. It's all there, loud and clear.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Bryan Battle, but was very close to picking Randy Brown. I think Randy Brown's been fighting top guys since he got there. And he never really looks out of his depth. Runs out of steam a few times, but he's got all the tools and all the physical attributes to be like a top 10, top 5 fighter. It's just sometimes he struggles with his decision making. Bryan Battle, on the other hand, I think he's just looked better and better every fight, and everyone's surprised at how good he looks. But some nights he does look like a world champion, but it doesn't make much sense being this random guy coming off of the Ultimate Fighter. Gonna stick with Bryan Battle to take this one, but this could be a really good fight.
I am down for Brown.
Yeah, man. Cross.
Man, coming into this, I had Bryan Battle, but then seeing him miss weight this morning, like he looked very bad on the scale. So that definitely makes me a bit nervous. And I know Randy Brown's probably gonna have that speed advantage and that reach and that jab. And the jab, the 1-2 he has is phenomenal. But I think Bryan Battle, the way he looked in that last fight at UFC Paris against Kevin Jousset, just all that pressure. I think he has to use that same game plan against Randy Brown and just walk him down and just get to him. But I'm sticking with Bryan Battle.
Okay, this is gonna be my first underdog. I'm gonna be going with Rude Boy. For all those positive things that you said about him. You know, the reach advantage, the speed advantage, making weight properly as it does comfortably and rehydrating in that way. And I think, look, Bryan Battle has been superb, and we all love Bryan Battle on this panel. You know, this is not a case of maybe Bryan Battle ain't good enough to beat Brown. I need a really, really good underdog, and Randy Rude Boy Brown fits. I'm you know what I mean, I'm profiling over here, man. He fits that profile, man. So I'm gonna be picking Randy Brown for this one. And the other part as well, like you said, looking so bad on the skills for Bryan Battle, he might still go ahead and win this fight because he's talented like that, and I respect his talent. But I just think for how long Randy Brown has been in the UFC, you know, he knocked out Muslim Salikov like the way. Nobody really put Muslim Salikov away in that fashion, man. He did it, you know what I mean? We just seen what Muslim Salikov did over there in China the other week. Went over there, calls himself the king of Kung Fu, and head kicks a Chinaman's head off in China. It's a madness, you know what I mean? But Randy Rude Boy Brown gets the job done against Paul Bear this weekend. McDane.
So there's not really much more left to say. Obviously, Rude Boy Brown is where I'm going on this one. Like, got to be done. It's an underdog that is very, very live, like you say. But Bryan Battle, you boys have said everything that needs to be said. He has looked superb, and he does look like he's getting better and better. He's fast. He's in and he's out. He's got some power in his hands. His grappling's fairly decent, but I just think, I don't know if you've seen Randy Brown again with the weight mess as well this morning. Seemed a bit sweet. I think I've made the right pick. But then if you look at Randy Brown training this week too, this brother's looking fast. He's looking sharp. He's crisp. Like, the length of his shots, the power that he's got in his hands, everything about it is this is probably going to be the toughest test that Bryan Battle's come up against so far in his career. And I think that it's a live dog. Randy Brown can get it done. So Rude Boy all day, son.
I can almost smell your dog of the week from over here, bro. Like...
Oh, can you? Yeah.
That makes me nervous if so.
Shit.
Bryan Battle,
I got them,
by the way, body
got them Jamaican beef patties wafting over here, brother. Yeah, I mean, like,
it's crazy. And one of the maddest things as well that people don't give Brown a lot of flowers for is takedown defense is so underrated. To take that brother down, you gotta be like proper toe, because when he leans on that cage and he pulls them legs apart, like, you ain't taking him down. And he just drains the power, man. You know what I mean? So that's one of the other things that we ran the Bryan. I don't think Bryan Battle is going to be too successful in trying to take him down. He's going to have to put a nice combo together to even get that level change entry to be able to take him down. We'll see. I'm very, very intrigued about that fight. All right, let's get onto the next one. We got Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling coming in with a record of 24-4. Movsar Evloev 18-0. Movsar fighting out of Russia, and we got Aljamain Sterling fighting out of the USA. This fight is happening in the 145 division. We know Aljo has just gone up from 135. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, 4-11 favourite for Evloev with Aljamain Sterling at 9-4.
Okay. Cross, we come to you.
Going with an underdog here and taking Aljamain Sterling. I think it's gonna be a pretty good matchup, guys. I mean, both guys are kind of a little awkward on the feet. Definitely want to grapple more. I think it's gonna come down to Movsar's wrestling versus Aljo's grappling BJJ style, and I think we're gonna end up on the ground. And I don't know about you guys. I like to watch some good grappling, so seeing how that all unfolds, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I'm going with Aljo.
Yeah, man, 100%. Same here as well. I'm gonna go with my second underdog here. Aljo, like we said, he's just moved up from 135 to 145. Dealt with Keita, even though Keita had that injury. I think going up there and dealing with an opponent like Calvin Keita, because he's no joke in that division. We've seen the work that he's done in that division there and got a unanimous decision against him. I think Aljo is going to surprise a lot of fighters in this division, and fighting somebody like Evloev, if he gets that win, could get him nearer to the title. And I think that's Aljo's ambition in this division here. He wants to try and get to a title fight. And yeah, I think, I mean, look, Evloev has been pretty flawless in his time in the UFC, and I think one of the people that gave him his toughest fight was Arnold Allen. Gave him one of his toughest fights. But I think Aljo is about to come in and do the same thing here, and I think he got a chance of winning it. So I'm going to be going with Aljo on this one. Magdane?
Yeah, just for that haircut alone that he's rocked up with, I'm going with my third underdog pick of the night as well. So I did consider it. I was looking, you look at the grappling, you look at the rest, and you think, how's this one going to go? Is it going to negate each other? And we're going to end up seeing the two of them that aren't incredible on the feet, just end up staying on the feet and see where it goes from there. But it's always going to go to the ground, and it's going to come to this Russian wrestling versus an American style wrestling, and obviously the jiu-jitsu that you're getting out of Long Island. You know what I mean? So I weighed it up. It's probably, again, another one of the live dogs that's on the card. He's moved up. He's pretty big for the weight class. Like he was cutting quite a lot to get down in the first place. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see Sterling getting this one done, getting the upset. Movsar, as you say, personally, if those knees are allowed, you know what I mean? Arnold Allen beat him. I think Arnold Allen edged it anyway, to be honest with you. What else did Movsar do other than a lot of Granby rolls on the floor when there was just a lot of scrambling, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's going to end up being a lot of scrambling in this one too, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I think Sterling can get it done.
Yeah, man. Jordan?
Yeah, I'm with Evloev in this one. I think Aljo, for as good a grappler as he is, he's too partial to sort of lay there being taken down in attack submissions. In a 3-round fight, that's not something you really want to see. So I think it was 7 times Aljo was taken down by Peter Yan, 2 times by Henry Browley, 3 times by Henry Cejudo. And this is a weight class up. I think Evloev's probably going to out-grapple him, take him down. Aljo will attempt a few submissions, and yeah, he'll just run out of time and lose by decision.
Yeah, where I kind of rebut the whole how many times he's been taken down by all the fighters you mentioned is we're talking about a fighter that's willing to be taken down and ready to fight off his back by applying some submission. I don't think Aljo fights being taken down as much as other fighters that don't got ground game, and I think that's why it allows it so much, which kind of skews the number if that makes sense. But I'll take your point. We'll see. But the key is going to be what happens when they get down to the mat. And yeah, we're gonna see between Aljo and Movsar. Okay, we got the next bout ready to go. We got Themba Gorimbo versus Vicente Luque. This fight is happening in the welterweight division, people. Vicente Luque coming in with a record of 22-10, 1 no contest. We got Themba Gorimbo coming in with a record of 14-4. Themba Gorimbo coming fighting out of Zimbabwe, and we got Vicente Luque fighting out of Brazil. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, Gorimbo's favourite at 5-8, with Luque at 13-10.
Okay. Off the rip, going with Themba Gorimbo. Look, he's had a good run, good last 4. Even the one he lost, it's kind of like techie, but very, very good last 4 fights. He looks to keep the run going. Vicente Luque is a very, very talented fighter, but recently he's been kind of hot and cold. But we know what he's capable of doing in the octagon. This one's a tough one. It's going to be a tough fight for Themba Gorimbo, but I think he gets the win on this one. He's just going to go out there, grind, keep the same heart, the same energy, and just go about his business in the most professional way. And I think he can get the job done against Vicente Luque. What about you, Magdalene?
Yeah, I'm with Themba as well in this one. Vicente Luque of old, I maybe would have considered it, but the way that things have been going for him recently is just not something in that ballpark that you can really look at. Themba Gorimbo is going for his 4th fight this year so far. You know what I mean? His last fight as well against Nico Price was an absolute shutout. It was incredible. And again, I know some people like Nico Price, end of his career, really. It's not exactly the biggest name, but he's always dangerous too. You can't ignore him. You know what I mean? Because if you do, you're going to get caught and you're probably going to lose to him. So what he done was absolutely incredible in that fight. And obviously he finished Pete Rodriguez, like, I think it was within the first round, wasn't it? Pretty quickly as well at the start of the year too, maybe 10 months ago or something. So yeah, Themba Gorimbo is on that climb, and obviously Vicente Luque just lost against Joaquin Buckley as well. So seems to be he's going to be sitting there. These prospects are going to be coming through, and that's going to be a little marker for them. Get past Vicente and see where you can go.
Okay, Jordan.
Do you know, I'm still talking myself out of this pick. I've not been impressed by Gorimbo at all. I think he's been, if anything, thoroughly underwhelming for a guy that The Rock bought a house. Not many strikes per round, sort of hopes for lame prey. Sorry, dog was moving about. Yeah, so I'm tempted to take Luque. Even in this
Make
fight
the underdog pick, brother.
Yeah, do you know what?
Boys,
I'm taking Luque. Yeah, yes. I'm taking my third underdog, Luque.
Wow.
I think Gorimbo's just low, unmotivated, doesn't get to work enough. Even Luque in his fight against Jeff Neal managed 97 strikes. So yeah, taking Luque for my third underdog.
Epic. What about you, Cross?
Man, like, I like Vicente Luque. I'm a Vicente Luque fan. But the brain bleed, man, ever since that, he just hasn't been the same guy. And if we're being honest, I don't really know how he could possibly be the same guy after, coming back from that. And I don't know if that guy's ever gonna come back. So I'm going with Themba Gorimbo as well.
Okay. Let's get on to the next fight on the docket. Right, we got Anthony Smith versus Dominick Reyes. This fight is happening in the light heavyweight division. Dominick Reyes coming with a record of 13-4. Anthony Smith with a record of 37-20. Both of these fighting are the USA. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, Dominick Reyes heavy favourite at 1-4 with Anthony Smith at 3-1. That means he's the underdog over.
Roger that. Heard you loud and clear, man. Loud and clear. I mean, I only know you the underdogs when you pick up. You know, I mean, that's the only time I'm hearing underdogs. Let's come to you, Cross. What
for
you saying
me,
on this fight?
Man, looking at this fight on paper, I really.
Yeah, you had to drop it in there.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, on paper, this fight, you know, Anthony Smith should win on paper, like for sure. But, you know, unfortunately, the fight takes place in the octagon and not on paper. So I'm going with Dominick Reyes. But I am going to make my pick on paper, though. So I'm going with Dominick Reyes.
Right. This is the one that is messed with my head. We had a topic on Anthony Smith on Dust Up Shakedown yesterday, and we spoke, you know, at length on some of the things that's disturbing him, and he just wants to come into the octagon and break something without any consequences. RIP to his good friend and his coach that's just passed away about 3 weeks ago. So he's in a really different state of mind at the moment. This guy says he don't care about winning, and I'm wondering how long that's been the case, or is it because his friends just passed away? You know, because at the end of the day, regardless of how we're looking at it and showing condolences to his friend that's just passed away, he's still got to get in the octagon and compete, and we want to know what state of mind he's in. And I'm trying to decipher the lines where he didn't give a fuck about winning and how long he's not been giving a fuck about winning, you know, because when you look at some of his peers that's been, you know, in the combat sport, talking about how quick he quits in a fight, it just makes you wonder, like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, it takes only one little something and then you just fall like a house of cards, man. Like, and we know he's got more than that in him, because you just gotta go back and look at how many wins he's got, and you know that even the type of wins he has, right? Having said all of that, I'm gonna pick Anthony Smith. I think he's on a mission to destroy something, and it might just. I picked against Dominick Reyes the last time, and Dustin Jacoby pissed me the hell off. You know what I mean? I thought there's no way this brother's coming off for 4 losses to get a win against Dustin Jacoby, and boy, he knocked him the fuck out. Whether he does that to Anthony Smith, he says he wants to destroy something, or maybe he gets destroyed. This is the mindset that Anthony Smith is going in with. So this is a big toss of a coin. And my man said on paper, but I don't even think this fight is even happening in the octagon. I think this is a mental thing, especially with Anthony Smith at this moment in time. But that gamble might just pay off. I'm gonna go with Smith on this one. Magdane?
Yeah, so before the news and before we found out everything that's gone on with Smith, this was one of the ones that I was kind of humming and hawing over as well, especially when you look at Dominick Reyes coming off all those losses, obviously getting that win over Dustin Jacoby. Then you look at Smith, obviously not the most consistent, taking fights on short notice all the time and just going in and just trying to get things done. Seemed like he was just getting paid. Then you hear this where he now doesn't care about whether he wins or loses. He's clearly in a dark mindset. Obviously, he's lost one of his good friends, a brother, somebody that was a coach to him too. So he's a dangerous man at this point. Is he going to go in there and is he just going to snap, like you said, he just wants to damage something? Or is he going to go in there and he's going to be too emotional? He's going to be overthinking things. He's going to get cracked. So it's a tough line to toe. I mean, I'm going to be picking Dominick Reyes in this one. I think after getting that win over Dustin Jacoby, he's going to be coming in with a whole load of dick full of fucking confidence that he probably lost after the Jones fight, as well as the injuries that he went through. But I feel like after getting that win, you could see like he was elated, like the excitement on his face, how happy he was, like to get that feeling of a win again. And I feel like that's just going to give him the motivation to keep going and getting it done. And I feel like Smith's going to come in too emotional into this one. And I like I say, is that dangerous line because there's so much in it for him now, but it is just a little bit too emotion for him too. Like even Bisping didn't think he was going to keep fighting. And he was like, I was surprised with that happening 3 weeks out that he's actually still stayed in the fight. But well, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, like if Smith can get it done, hats off to him. And I did almost pick him, but I don't feel like it's going to go his way.
Okay, what about you, Jordan? What are you thinking?
I'm glad to hear that because I am with Anthony Smith. I think 3-1's a crazy price. Considering, like, I know MMA maths doesn't always work, but you look at the Ryan Spann thing. Anthony Smith beats him twice. He's already beat Dominick Reyes. Other than the Jacoby win, the last win that Dominick Reyes had was in 2019 against Chris Weidman. So that was post-injury, but way post-injury Chris Weidman. That doesn't tell us a lot that we really want to hear, does it? I mean, I think Anthony Smith always fights top 10 guys. And he's probably, yet again, he's probably 50-50 on those kind of fights. But he always puts up a good fight. So I think Anthony Smith's probably the best value betting-wise you're going to get on the card. I think it should probably be slightly favoured towards Smith. In my
I don't know, that Kron Gracie submission's a pretty fine line as well. Right?
I don't know, man. Flat Earth Mitchell's
yeah, I know you're going to be eyeballing that later on, man. You're going to be eyeballing that, man. That Kron Gracie submission.
But yeah, even Anthony Smith by finish, I wouldn't rule it out. He's a really grinding fighter that can get it to the ground and finish there. So keep your eye open for any good prices on that.
Somebody else needs a translator. Speak English, brother. Speak English.
Listen, does everybody else get this? Is it only Scottish people this is acceptable with? We don't even have fucking embassies or delegates or nothing.
Let me tell you a story. Yeah, bro, I was listening to Ali McCoy and Sir Alex Ferguson. And these two were having
you thought you'd eaten 2 edibles and couldn't understand shit.
Even we struggle with those two. Sir Alex, honestly,
it was a madness.
Well, I was convinced that Sir Alex had a stroke about 15 years ago and nobody told him. But I really struggle with a lot of phlegm in his talk that I don't worry, we struggle with him as well. As far as whoever says they need a translator, I don't want to get demonetized. So
next year we'll get some auto captions for this, man.
You're good, man. You're good. All right. Okay. Let's get on to Cross. Did you make a pick? It's your pick.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, we got Nate Landwehr versus Choi. This fight is happening in the featherweight division, people. Nate Landwehr coming in with a record of 18-5. Choi coming in with a record of 15-4. 1-0 contest. This fight is happening in the featherweight division, as I said. Nate Landwehr fighting out of the USA, and we got Choi fighting out of Korea. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, closer fight this one. Nate is 8-11 favourite with Choi at 11-10.
Okay. McDane, you go first.
Is it me on this one? Are we come back round again already? Nate the Train, baby, all day. You know what I mean? Mama didn't raise no bitch.
No. Actually, no. I'm picking first. But we're both picking Nate the Train. But go on. Go on.
No. It's your pick, son. You say what you're going to say.
Nate the Train. Now your turn.
Nate always comes in scrappy. I mean, Choi has got some power in his hands. Yeah, I mean, he can finish a man, but and he's a little bit more technical. He's a little bit cleaner.
You can do that too.
He stays in the inside, and I just think Nate the Train's just going to overwhelm him with some absolute madness. This is going to be a banger. A lot of people are thinking, why is this one up there when there should be other fights that should be up there too? But this one is going to be an absolute scrap. But I think Nate the Train should be able to get the finish.
Okay, Jordan?
Yeah, it's another one that, like, is anybody willing to bet a point that this will be either fight of the night or a performance of the night?
This was definitely my fight of the night pick right here.
Yeah, we ain't betting no points though. Like, that ain't happening.
No one fucking asked you. You just stay quiet up there. Yeah, I'm going with the favourite in this one, but only slightly. Nate's obviously got a tendency to rush in at times And Choi is a tremendous puncher. The thing is, he had to take a long time off to go and do some mandatory military service or something, and seemed to lose a fair bit at that point. So I think Nate, he's exceeded all expectations in his sort of UFC run so far, and it makes sense that momentum's just on his side at the minute. So I'm going to stick with the favourite.
Okay.
Shut up, Leroy.
What?
If I don't lose, I'm probably going to win.
Weird.
Right here, like I was saying a minute ago, this is definitely my pick for fight of the night. Like, this is going to be a barn burner right here, boys. Both guys going to stand right in front of each other. Nobody's going to try and like take a back step, get out of the way, and they're just going to go at it. But I got to go with Nate the Train, dog. Like, how can you not go with Nate the Train? Like, the guy's a great personality, very entertaining, and I love watching him fight.
Okay. Let the Train. Got the full house there. All right, let's go on to the next one. Yeah, this one here is very interesting. We got Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. Kron Gracie with a record of 5-2. Bryce Mitchell with a record of 16-2. Kron fighting out of Brazil, and we got Bryce Mitchell fighting out of the mountains in the USA. This fight is happening at 145 people. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, Mitchell's heavy favourite, 1-8 with Kron Gracie at 11-2. So just it's about 5.5 to 1.
This is crazy, man. You know what I mean? You hear the name Gracie, that's an MMA royalty right there, you know. But
yeah, not when it comes down to Kron.
No, when it comes down to Kron, for real.
This man ain't got no MMA in him.
Jordan, let's go.
It's me, mate. It's me. You were first in the last one, then it's me. You remember?
Well, it was still kind of you, the last one.
Nah, it wasn't though, was it? Yeah, I mean, I just hyped the man up before you dropped your pick.
All right.
No. Don't mess up the rotation. You are not messing with the rotation. You're not messing with the rotation.
Since you want to make it something,
I've counted who goes first on what fights, and I want to hear what this man's got to say.
This is going to be a full house. This man ain't picking fucking Kron Gracie, but I guarantee
bro,
you.
That Kron Gracie by sub, that Kron Gracie by sub at plus 1400 is live. I mean, stick a cheeky unit on that.
And you think Jordan is gonna risk a point on that one?
He might do.
Listen, knockouts 33 to 1. Kron Gracie's been training with the Diaz brothers. Doing cracking stuff.
He's gonna walk in.
All right, since McDane likes Kron Gracie so much, man, we're waiting for him to pick him.
So I'm picking Bryce Mitchell. I don't like seatbelts either, boys. Yeah, I mean, I don't like seatbelts. Elon Musk is fucking chatting bare bollocks. Mars is faked. The Earth is flat. All of that. Yeah, I mean, I'm with this man 100% of the way. you do know Bryce Mitchell wrote a chapter of the Bible. So yeah, this is a welcome back. There's a nice sort of cheeky win for you. Kron Gracie doesn't want to stay in the feet ever. Like, he's a lie down, sit back, come and enter my garden, see what happens. Yeah.
Did you ever see his Cub Swanson fight?
Yeah, that was supposed.
But no,
yeah, but has he been like that since?
He's fought like once since, hasn't he?
No, twice, isn't
it? No, once against Charles Jourdain.
Right, okay, and yeah, that wasn't very good, was it? Yeah, I mean, he just lay down and
did he?
Yeah. So how did that go? Yeah. So Bryce Mitchell all day, boys. I reckon he's just going to piece him up. You ain't changing my pick, son.
So Jordan,
I think you should.
This is where you pick Kron Gracie, right?
Yeah. Do you remember that Cub Swanson fight, son?
I remember it. I remember he lost. Listen, this might be the lowest IQ fight in UFC history. I'm pretty sure Kron Gracie's up on all this flat earth shit too. Think
you mean genuine IQ, not fight IQ?
No, genuine IQ. Two tremendous grapplers, but about as bright as a loaf of bread. I think Bryce Mitchell's currently he's on a campaign to kill Elon Musk because he's the devil or something.
Antichrist.
Kron Gracie, trading partners famously, Nick and Nate Diaz. Nick Diaz is currently doing crack. I wish that was a joke. That's what he's doing right now. He's meant to be fighting Luque. So that's not promising. I think Bryce Mitchell probably just by lay and pray. I think Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is sort of, it's still a thing, but not in the same type of classic Gracie Jiu-Jitsu way. So yeah, Bryce Mitchell by boring decision.
Okay. Cross.
Yeah, for me, I gotta go with my fellow Southern brethren right here in Bryce Mitchell. Kron Gracie just offers up nothing on the feet. I mean, obviously we know he wants to use that jiu-jitsu, and Bryce Mitchell has really good grappling as well. I guess we're gonna find out if Bryce Mitchell wants to test his grappling against that Gracie jiu-jitsu, or if Bryce Mitchell's gonna, have a little bit of fight IQ and just keep the fight on the feet and cruise to
I think
easy
genuinely
win.
Kron Gracie might be a better striker than Bryce Mitchell. Like, remember how bad Bryce Mitchell is on the feet? Danny gave.
Yeah, but at least he's on the feet though.
You're using that generous.
It's definitely better than Gracie on the feet.
No, do you know what? I don't think so. Anybody want a wager who lands more strikes?
Yeah. Let me think about this. I'll come back.
Anybody understand what he said there? Let's go.
That's what Ola was doing. He was waiting to see what somebody else was saying.
I'll come back to you on that one. Okay. So you're going with Bryce? You're going with Bryce. I think I'm gonna be going with Bryce as well, man. I don't see any other outcome here for Bryce. And like you said, you know what I mean? Look, we know he's got good jiu-jitsu then Ilya Tapura showed up, and I thought, oh shit, what, this brother did this to you at your own shit? Like, whoa. But he's come back since then, and then lost to Josh Emmett. So this one here is a big redemption story here for Bryce Mitchell, especially against a name like Gracie. But then he might want to test that jiu-jitsu with a jiu-jitsu royalty name like a Gracie, see how well it does. I don't know if he should be doing that. He should just be looking to get back in the win column. You know what I mean? Especially if he's got the aspirations to try and climb up the division and eventually get to a title fight. So I think that's what Bryce Mitchell should be going for. And I'm going to go with Bryce Mitchell on this one, man. Definitely going to go with Bryce Mitchell. Okay.
Leroy understands you, Jod. He said the problem is that you're wrong.
Leroy isn't even a real person. Like, if you seen what this man spent his time doing in our group chat, you wouldn't even he's a non-entity. He's barely
he's been AI.
Can we talk
his
about
whole
this
life
for
has
a
been
minute?
AI. His whole life has been AI in the chat, man. You know what I mean?
Man can't make
you better
got time
start
to
the
make
base before.
thumbnails. He ain't got time to make thumbnails. He ain't got time to make clips with Dust Up Shakedown, but he got time to make some suspect things on AI, people. This man is generating
I'm
some
gonna
clips
some of the
that
most
you
suspect
don't even want to
things.
see. Yeah, I mean, like
Leroy better just chill before I release a whole 3-hour Trap Lord Ross type documentary on him about all the things he's been doing backstage in his
You're not wrong, man. Leroy needs to calm the fuck
FBI
down.
is going to be raiding that Montreal basement pretty soon. Like,
he's the virtual P Diddy at this point. Like, you guys don't even want to see it.
if we send you a zip file, don't open it.
No, punishable by 15 years.
Yeah, Leroy's been moving dangerous, man. You know, he's something else nowadays, man. He's something else. Okay, let's go to the next fight. We got Ciryl Gane versus Alexander Volkov. Volkov coming in with a record of 38-10. Ciryl Gane 12-2. This fight is happening in the heavyweight division, people. Volkov fighting out of Russia and Ciryl Gane fighting out of France. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
A second. Gan is heavy favourite at 2-7 with Volkov at 11-4.
Okay. We'll come to Jordan. Let's stick with you.
Yeah, so this is
You're next.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is a weird one because for some reason I remember Volkov being a better grappler than he is. I know he won by Ezekiel choke, but he's not had a takedown in his past 10 fights. Leads me to believe that Gan, who's been out there training with Khabib, might have the advantage in this one. So I'm going with the favourite, Ciryl Gan.
Well, you just let Jordan throw you off like that. You let McDane throw you off like that. He's pulling faces on you, and you went with a pick you didn't want to make, bro. Why did you make that pick? Why you let McDane throw you off like that?
Why would I pick Volkov? The only threat
I know you was going to pick Volkov, man.
No.
I mean, it's a 3-round fight, and Gan's been out for a year, and Volkov won the first 2 rounds of the 5-round fight. Ignore me.
Anyways,
yeah.
Never mind.
That's all good. Never mind. Now I'll stick with Ciryl Gan because he's been actually working on this grappling stuff with Khabib for a while. Volkov has no takedowns to note of. If he lands on top, he's dangerous with submissions. But as far as an actual takedown threat, he's a non-entity. He's not John Jones. And I don't think he's a polished enough striker to stand with him, even though he does have a few decent wins.
Okay, Cross. You going different to Jordan?
I'm going with Ciryl Gan in this as well. Like, I just think on the feet, Gan he's a faster striker. Got the really good footwork, and I think Volkov likes fighting at range, and it's pretty much just going to be a point fight. And I think at that range, you're just playing into Ciryl Gan's hands. Just like Jordan was saying, Volkov isn't really a wrestler. Like, he isn't really going for takedowns. So can he really exploit that part of Ciryl Gan's game? And I just don't see it. So I'm going with Ciryl Gan.
Okay. I'm going with Volkov here. And
damn, you want to come dead last.
And I'm not just going with Volkov because I'm going with like Volkov for me over the last few fights. When you see the way he's been fighting, for me, he's shown tremendous fight IQ. Everybody counted him out against Pavlovich, and I said this brother was going to put it together. And one thing you did say about fighting at range, the one thing you took for granted at fighting at range is the amount of damage it does. Fighting at range, the amount of power it puts into them tip kicks, man, he doesn't stop. It just destroys. It destroys opponents with tip kicks, body kicks, and it puts his striking together. If he goes to the ground, he's long enough to fight off his back, maybe threaten submissions as well. Ciryl Gan, you say he's been training with Khabib, but we saw Francis turn into Francis Nurmagomedov against Ciryl Gan. What happened there? He did nothing. Yeah?
He started training with him after that.
I don't know. This is what I'm trying to say. How much of that wrestling is going to translate against somebody like Volkov? I don't know if that's going to be the case. Do not think for 1 minute that Volkov don't train with wrestlers. He's Russian. Trust me, he do train.
Bro, there's going to be no wrestling in this fight. You can shut up about wrestling, boy.
No wrestling.
Trust me, he do train with wrestlers, man. But McDane, where are you going? I'm going with Volkov. That's my pick.
I'm going with Ciryl Gan. Next.
No, wait a minute. You were talking so highly of Volkov that I think you should reconsider.
Bro, all the things that I said were true. But
then pick the guy. What are you doing here?
No,
can't get his hopes up like this. He's got no fans.
He's younger. He's faster. He's got the power in his hands. He's coming back after a little way off. I'll give him that. But,
you've just talked that.
And hopefully he turns up. Hopefully he turns up for those first couple of rounds because he knows it's a free round fight rather than trying to weigh it off. Because he's got the win over him. He's already got the confidence of having the win over him once. Yeah, I mean he might have lost round 1 and 2, but he came back and won round 3, 4, and 5. You know what I mean? So as long as he's turning it up and as long as he's turning up, you should be taking this one too. And I don't think there's going to be any wrestling in it.
Here.
Volkov,
The
head
6'11" Russian's head sits
off.
too high.
Exactly.
Where the fuck would you like it to sit? He's nearly 7 foot.
So yeah, Ciryl Gane.
You go back to making the
I can't.
And before these picks were made, I actually sent mine to Leroy because he messaged me and chased me up because he's always on the ball.
I sent my picks to Leroy and he sent some back, so I had to block him.
Look, I can't wait to come back and give you my "I told you so" on Volkov.
Is that going to be your dog of the week then? Yeah, is that going to be the dog of the week if you're so confident on it?
Why are you trying to get me?
We're going to be the first guy to finish
on
mine.
Why are you trying to get pocket, bro? You can't be moving mad making comments.
Why are you trying to get me out of character,
Robert, you just made a statement. You just made a statement. Stand on it. Stand on it.
I am going to stand on it.
Is it hard to get the whole fight card on your dartboard when you're throwing? Or
come on, let's get to the next fight on the docket. You man are taking a fucking piece, man. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado. Ian Gary coming in with a record of 15-0. Rakhmonov with a record of 18-0. This fight is happening in the welterweight division, and Gary fighting out of Ireland, and we got Rakhmonov fighting out of Kazakhstan. Hey, your beans MMA, allow it, man. Cook, relax, man. You know what I mean? You might try to draw me out.
Chill your beans, son.
What are the live odds on this one, please? Please, Jordan. What are the live odds?
Yeah, Shavkat's favourite at 2-7 with Ian Gary at 11-4.
Okay. Who's next? The cross start the last one? No. Jordan did.
Jordan
so
was on the last one.
Yeah, so cross is you.
So for me in this fight, I mean, we got the two undefeated up and coming fighters at welterweight. It's the new generation at welterweight. Ian Gary's a little taller. Shavkat's got a longer reach. I think Shavkat has more ways to win. They've trained together, so they're a little familiar with each other on the feet and grappling. Ian Gary came out that Shavkat put in the sleep. So, I mean, we got a lot to go on here. I think the fight will be very competitive, though. But for me, I'm going with the nomad, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going with Rakhmonov for all those reasons. It reminds me of Usman versus Gilbert Burns, how they trained together, some of the things that was said in the build-up of what was happening in sparring, how that was going to translate into the fighting, who got more of. They didn't really reveal much like what Gary did here, but you kind of get the sense of who was getting the better of who in sparring sessions, and obviously it carried over into the fight, and I think Rakhmonov is going to fight smart like that. Even though I rate Ian Gary's fight IQ as well, and he demonstrated that against Jeff Neal. We saw that he respected his power, fought at range. Points scored him and got the W that way. Will Rakhmonov be able to try and close the distance with Ian Gary to try and get in the pocket with him? Maybe get some grappling situations out of it and try and dominate the fight that way. It's all there to be seen. But yeah, I will be going with Rakhmonov on this one. What about you, Magen?
Rakhmonov by submission. I know, yeah, I had a little bit of a fucking horse.
There's a bee in the end of that.
Yeah, Rakhmonov and this. Like you say, they've had the training sessions in there. Look at that little smile on that man's face. He's gonna go with the Irish boy in this. But Rakhmonov seems to find a way to get it done in every single one of his fights. Obviously, both of them coming in undefeated, but it's different gravy, bro. You know what I mean? Dude eats horse meat, for fuck's sake. Not many people do. Even in the UK, they try to get people to do it and they shut that shit down. You know what I mean? They're like, no, ain't nobody eating horse meat over here. But yeah, I think second round submission. I think I can see how that's going to go. He's going to find a way to get it to the ground. I think on the feet, like Ian's going to have his chances to get in there, but Rakhmonov's got a chin too, so he's going to be able to take whatever strikes that he's throwing at him. Ian can put it together if he gets flowing, but you look at his last few fights, and he's not been in like that flow state where he's like locking off them combos. You know what I mean? yeah, he's out there training with Dubronx, but how much is that actually going to translate when he comes up against a guy with heavy wrestling like Rakhmonov?
Okay, Jordan.
Yeah, it was tempting to take Ian Gary. I think a 5-round fight probably favours his style more than Shavkat's. That being said, Shavkat by submission. I think that's where the difference here is. Shavkat's got a killer instinct in the ground that seems to be able to take out anybody in the top 5. So, but this is a fight that I'm more excited for than I think any other fight in the card. This genuinely feels like a main event caliber fight. Both guys undefeated, and we're going to find out a lot about both of them here. If Ian Gary pulls this off, then Shavkat's the boogeyman of the division. He's the scariest fighter there. So yeah, really looking forward to that fight.
Okay. And we get to the main event of the evening, Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. We got this fight in the flyweight division. This is for the flyweight championship, people. Pantoja coming in with a record of 28-5. Asakura coming in with a record of 21-4. Asakura fighting out of Japan, and we got Pantoja fighting out of Brazil. What are the live odds on this one, please, Jordan?
Yeah, Pantoja's favourite at 4-11 with Kai Asakura at 9-4.
Okay. Yeah, definitely we're going to be going with Pantoja. Pantoja has been my boy from from his days in the Ultimate Fighter. I've followed his career. I mean, I'm still surprised what took him so long to get here, but he's here, and I'm happy for it. I'm here for it, and I think I've always said it. You know, I mean, it was going to dominate the division for quite some time once it gets to the pinnacle of it, and that's what we're starting to see. And Asakura, it welcomes him into the UFC from Ryzen. Obviously, he's doing bits over there for him to get opportunity like this straight away against somebody like Alexandre Pantoja. But for me, Pantoja is the best in the world as a flyweight, and I think he's going to prove that again this weekend. So I'm going to be going with Pantoja. What about you, Magden?
Yeah, I'm rocking with Pantoja in this one as well. I did consider Asakura, but at the same time, man's used to fighting in a ring, not in an octagon. So how's it going to be when his back's up against the cage and he can't sprawl and get away from him the way that he could with a ring? Yeah, I mean, it's going to look a little bit different when it comes to that part of the game. I think over 5 rounds as well, and as well as just the level of the fighters that Pantoja's came against compared to Asakura, who has fought some decent level of opponents, but not to the same level as what Pantoja has, I don't think. So I think the levels will come out in this one, the experience over the 5 rounds, and taking Pantoja by decision. I think if Asakura's got a chance, it's going to be in the opening rounds because the dude does pack a punch. But I think Pantoja should be able to weather the storm on that one.
Jordan?
Yeah, another really difficult fight to call. I think Asakura comes from a totally different ball game. You wouldn't be surprised if he accidentally kicked someone in the head Pantoja in the head when he was on the ground and got a point.
Kick him in the head!
There we go. And I think, Asakura, he's got a few things, like giving up his back would be something I'd be worried about because of how he usually would escape sort of ground fighting situations. He's used to turtling up to try and sort of avoid being kicked in the head. If he does that in the UFC, he's going to get his back taken and choked by Pantoja. So I'm putting my money on Pantoja by submission, probably in the 2nd or 3rd round.
That was something else that I thought as well. Just a slight rule changes in the way that he's going to have to go about his fight. Like how is he going to adjust to those?
Yeah, it's 25 fights outside the UFC he's had, so it's a lot to try and shake off for a title fight.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Cross.
So just like Chris Gray in the chat said, like I watched a few of Kai Asakura's fight, and his knees are nasty. Like he's got a few knee KOs. So I think that's something we definitely need to be paying attention to, especially early in the fight while he's still got a good amount of energy. But Pantoja's just a dog. Like, I mean, the guy has a chin. He walks forward, takes shots, and just keeps walking forward. And then on the feet, eventually he's gonna implement the grappling at some point, like he always does in fights. Even when he starts to like slow down a little bit and gets in a little bit of trouble, he goes right to that grappling and shows that championship experience. So for me, I'm going with Alexandre Pantoja as well.
Okay. All right, people. Over 100 of you watching live right now. If you're watching on X, make sure you jump in over to YouTube, to these people's platform, the Rambling Dad, Crossover MMA, Making a Walk, the Fight Week Show. Make sure you're showing love to Cage Scribe. You know, I mean, all of the platform, kick him in the head. Salute to all those guys. S-Dogs MMA. Big up, Sterling. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Yeah, man. Salute to you. We're coming to the section of the Dog of the Week. And yeah, who started the whole show? Magdane, you started, didn't you?
See, I would say crossover should go first.
Yeah, I think we should go backwards. I mean, you normally like to make your dog of the week first, and
all right.
I mean,
it's most exciting if I do my dog of the week last because I've got the most to play for.
Hold on, we
know you're going for Volkov, so
are we going? What? Who?
Bro, you always go first for the full year. You've always gone first. Don't make
that. I'm going for Volkov though. I think that's fair. I think crossover.
Who said I'm going for Volkov though?
You said it.
Did I? All right. You know what? I'm going to stand on.
You died on the hill and you can't wait to come back with it. I told you so.
Yeah, I did. Where did I say I was picking Volkov for my dog of the week, though? I didn't say. I can't wait to come and tell you.
The group chat beforehand.
When you said I told you so.
I told you so. Don't be dog of the week, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's it called? An anagram.
Speak English, bro. You know, I know you live in Scotland. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
Oh shit! You know what? Fuck it.
Daily basis.
I'm going. Fuck it. I'm going dog of the week, man. I'm going dog of the week. Volkov. Fuck it.
Yes.
Volkov. We're gonna be Volkov on this one. And I told you so. It's gonna be monumental. Cross. You're my witness. God is my witness. Allahu Akbar. I'm telling you.
Crossover's only been on twice, and he might beat you.
Telling you right now. I told you so. It's gonna be monumental, man. Magdane, what's your dog of the week?
I'm still choosing, boys. I'm not even taking the piss, but like,
don't lie, man.
Why are you always lying?
I think you should pick Guida. We're talking.
I don't know. I'm either Durden or Rude Boy, and I'm just like, God damn, which one am I going to go
you know you picked Rude Boy earlier on in the car, didn't you? You know, you gave.
I did pick Rude Boy to win the fight. To win the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the dog of the week, it really does what matter. Like, see last week,
every reason you gave was a dog of the week reason.
He's 1 point behind me this week because I missed my dog of the week not 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean that's the only reason.
You wanted that way for Patty to come with it as well. That way for Jamaican Patty to come with it, blood. You know,
bro, needs weak palms are sweaty. Eating that Jamaican spaghetti. Yeah, I mean, like fucking. Right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Jesus.
Rude Boy, Randy Brown. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
All right, my shot.
There, Jordan.
I'm going with.
Turn.
All right, let me see. What's your opinion? Who are you going with? I'll get all the info I need.
Who?
If Crossover wants to go first.
No,
I think he's
we want you to go first.
All right. I'm going with Max Griffin.
You going with Max Griffin?
I'm going with Max Griffin.
By the way, see, before this show was over, and I sent Leroy my picks.
Okay.
Cross. That Max Leroy, go and change me from Chiesa to Max Griffin.
No, none of that.
I'm rocking with it.
Yeah, what's Cross got for
My
us?
dog is Max Griffin as well.
Oh, you going with Max Griffin too?
Mm-hmm.
So we need some validation to round things out.
All right.
Yeah, validate that change, Leroy. Validate that change.
Don't change nothing, Leroy, or I will change your gender.
Well,
Leave
he
him.
can't even reach her.
We,
Bro, this
you know,
man, this man's shorter than Marab.
Once this stream is done, there's gonna be no changes.
This man is not
So-
shorter than Marab. I'll take
This
all
man's
kinds
shorter
of
than Marab.
slander.
He ain't reaching your gender, son. He can barely even reach your ankles. He ain't picking them either, so
All
don't
right,
worry
people,
about it.
UC is an inch taller.
We've come to the end of the show, people. Salute to everybody that's locked in with us. Every single one of you that's been here, driving the likes up, sharing our content. Big up to every single one of you, man. It's been a long year. One more fight to go that we're going to be doing this prediction show after this one. So keep it locked over here, and we're going to be making some changes next year as well. Stick with us for the next season. Salute to Cross for your time, my brother. I appreciate you every single time. McDane, always a pleasure. You got me out of that technical jam earlier on, man. You know, where's Leroy when you need him? You know what I mean? McDane stepped up. And Jordan, thank you so much. You know what I mean? For all the work you've done this year as well, man. It's been amazing.
I'll work on my English for next week.
You know what? In a way, though, you know, like I said, I do want you to win this, but McDane's been there for so long now. You know, he's respectable, man. It's going to be a nice battle to see which one of you two takes it.
What's going to happen is I'm going to go into first place, and then I'm going to act like I've been there the whole time.
And then
McDane
what
is
goes
honestly-
up must come down. We're going to have that last
Wait
fight
to see
card
how
of the year,
solid
and
this
this man
man
is
is
going
next
to
week.
absolutely bucket it.
That's
like.
going to be first-class trolling, bruv, if you pull that off.
Remember this smile, and then remember all the names he calls me next week.
He's coming onto the show next week wearing a crown and a fucking robe, and he's going to have a big fucking.
It's just a case of who am I sending?
I've started to make my hat.
I mean, that's it. It's who I'm sending that £50 to, man. Let's figure it out, man. Let's figure it out. All right, people.
I'll, just before we bounce, I'm going to let you into a little secret. Remember that £50 that I won off you for Tom Aspinall and Curtis Blades?
Oh yeah.
And you sent me
there.
it on PayPal. It's still in my PayPal account. So no matter what happens, I ain't £50 out of pocket. I was like, no matter what happens, I ain't sending £50.
Why are you making a post?
Always sending £100 out on the pick show. I just wanted to get that.
Why
one
did
out
this
there.
fool just bring up whole shit, man? You know what I mean? You know what? I'm ending the stream, man. Fuck this shit. People, I'm out of here, man.